So when information flows both ways, end users will be able to send information back to the grid, specifying how much electricity they actually need. So that'll reduce the amount of electricity wasted, cutting costs, because all of this electricity is just going nowhere. And we will also be able to sell, effectively, sell energy back into the grid from home solar panels and wind turbines. So this is an example of a bill currently. Consumers buy electricity at a fixed rate, time invariant prices that are set months or years ahead, even though, as you saw from that graph before, you could see that the amount of electricity being produced is changing throughout the day, and as a result, the cost of electricity being produced changes throughout the day. At 3 o'clock in the morning, electricity is much cheaper than at 1 o'clock in the afternoon, when everybody's at work, everybody's heating up their lunch, you know, whatever. Oh, air conditioning, everybody's blasting their air conditioning because, you know, it's a hot day. Those additional costs at the peak times force the utility companies to turn on backup generators, which are polluting, very expensive, and just a waste. So the idea is to give knowledge to the consumer, provide the consumer with information about the true cost of electricity. So we'd be moving from a price set months ahead to a price set that hour. So prices would change throughout the hour, and consumers would know about that price. So there would be a financial incentive for consumers to change their usage. So instead of doing your laundry at 1 o'clock in the afternoon, you might want to wait later till at night when electricity prices are cheaper. So a big part of this grid is, as I was saying before, the information aspect, the management aspect. So the goal is to make it simple and easy to use, so that anyone can do it. You know, as easy as eBay or Amazon. Google has a program here called Google Power Meter, and they're investing in it too. They're in their beta version, but hopefully they'll soon come out with a version for everybody. But yeah. So it's going from a point where only a few people have a choice, can affect the grid, to having everybody affect the grid. So if utilities and consumers were able to track electricity consumption in real time, utilities could price according to consumption rates, as I said before, the hourly ratings. So higher prices during peak demand, so like 1 o'clock, and lower prices during less demand, so late at night. Also, this is going to create a new type of appliance. The appliance industry will start coming out with machines that talk to the system and understand when they should be turned on, when they should be turned off. So you don't even have to worry about this stuff. The machines will just do it. They'll learn your preferences, and they will learn, oh, when electricity is, you know, and cheap, to be turned on. This has been shown to work quite effectively. In Illinois, there was a study done where participants who were frequently informed of their uses responded to peak period prices by reducing up to 20% of overall demand. So that's very significant. And they saved 15% on their utility bills. So it is very, very effective. And it's shown by private investment in these smart meters that tell people what the price of electricity is, and give them more information, as well as the utility. So in Florida, St. Pete Beach, there's 5,000 homes and businesses being retrofitted with this technology. In Texas, 3 million automated meters will be installed in the Dallas-Fort Worth area by next year. Most exciting, California is going in the Southern California Edison. This company is installing 5.3 million meters in the Los Angeles area. In dynamic rates will be implemented. So I'm not sure if it's hourly, but it's going to change throughout the day, creating incentives for people to change their habits. Okay, so we're a nation with a lot of resources, and we need to take more advantage of that. So North Dakota, Kansas, Texas have enough energy, have enough wind to meet the national electricity needs. It's shocking. And then concentrated solar power technology could be scaled to provide all the electric power for the US on a 92 square mile piece of land. So this is less than 1% of our deserts. So if you're worried about, oh, you know, you're destroying our deserts, in reality it's a small price to pay. You know, higher price to pay is all the sands that Canada is, you know, all the forests that are being cut down and all the pollution being caused. Yes?
Is this with our current technology or with potential future?
This is current technology. This is current technology. However, these, as you know, are in desolate areas. Not too many people live in, you know, those deserts or on those Great Plains. We need an effective high voltage grid to reach them and to bring them to cities all around the country, from LA to Chicago to New York to Pittsburgh. So the grid was not built like our highway system. What happened was each municipality, each utility company began developing their transmission lines, and then locally, so isolated pockets. And then it would slowly begin to make partnerships with other local utility companies, other local municipalities, and then eventually it created a patchwork system, like a quilt, across the nation. So very disorganized, sporadic. So this is interesting diagram. Right here. So there are three main zones for the grid. There's the eastern, western, and Texas. You know them, so independent. But within them, there are 130 authorities. So this creates a lot of inefficiency for people wanting to build high voltage transmission lines, because getting permits from each of those authorities is extremely tough. Extremely expensive, yes.
Andres, your slide says only 8 low capacity connections between them. So there are only 8 connections among these 3.
Yes.
Okay.
It's terrible. It's terrible.
It's
you know, as I said before, it's a 20th century grid for the 21st century. We need. Yes, Khalifa.
What do states like Hawaii and Alaska do, since they're not like?
They have their own grids, but yeah, they're not connected to this 48-state grid. You know, for them it might be even easier just to develop a smart grid. So these interstate transmission lines, there are two main ideas. One is to construct a transcontinental transmission line, very high voltage, being able to effectively transport electricity from one side of the nation to the other. However, no firm plan exists, and only conceptual layouts have been proposed. There's also a less ambitious plan that would be regional. So, for example, Somerset has some wind turbines. It would be the same as, you know, having a voltage line, a transmission line going to Somerset, picking up the energy and, you know, bringing it here. But, you know, that's good. It's a good move, but I think we need more.